Comedians Bill Maher and Bill Burr had a tense exchange over the ongoing Israel-Palestinian conflict and the resulting pro-Palestine protests on university campuses across the U.S.
With the kids demonstrating for Hamas, they are in with the terrorists.
They were for the Palestinians.
Well, it's sort of the same cause. Why, are you?
I'm on the side of the kids.
Yeah, that's easy to say. You know,
that's exactly what it is. Like, why am I listening to you like you've done something? What have you done in Washington? Nothing.
Encampments and demonstrations on campuses are persisting stateside, even as one prominent display of Palestinian support voluntarily comes down. Silence on Harvard's campuses today. Anti-war protesters have taken down their tents in Harvard Yard after the university agreed to meet. The student protest group called Harvard Out of Occupied Palestine say their camp outlasted its utility. Harvard University's interim president has agreed to pursue a meeting between university officials and the students to discuss how the Harvard endowment invests in Israel. Students at many college campuses have made similar demands to cut ties with Israel and businesses that support it.
I think they kind of expected us to get scared and leave after an agreement wasn't reached, but we're very much staying. I hope this concludes in a way where we're able to pick up these tents by our own volition.
As our universities celebrate, we should also be extremely critical of their involvement that has led to the decimation of entire educational infrastructure.
The continuing protests are encroaching on university graduations, though most have been able to continue somewhat peacefully. Walkouts, waving Palestinian flags, and chanting were all methods of protest used at ceremonies across the U.S. this weekend. Still, anxiety remains with more commencements on the horizon, including at protest hotspots like Columbia, George Washington University, and NYU later this week, and President Joe Biden's planned address at Morehouse. The movement started by American students spilling over into other countries. The University of Amsterdam has canceled classes and shut buildings for 2 days after the latest demonstrations over the war in Gaza turned destructive. In Canada, a pro-Palestinian encampment at Montreal's McGill University is continuing after more than 2 weeks, despite the school's request for an injunction to dismantle things.
You know, McGill is just reaching to try to find a way to shut down this encampment, and their only issue is that it's on private property. But McGill also says that it's on unceded land to the Mohawks, and the Mohawks are here to say, well, we grant permission to the campers to stop the genocide.
Palestine and Israel remaining top of mind as concerns that Israel is preparing to invade the southern Gaza city of Rafah grow. More than 500,000 Palestinians have been displaced in recent days by escalating Israeli military operations in Rafah and northern Gaza. The United Nations say no food has entered the 2 main border crossings in southern Gaza for the past week. The international agency says some 1.1 million Palestinians are on the brink of starvation, while a full-blown famine has taken place in the north. And there were muted celebrations for Israel's Independence Day today as the wait for hostages to return home after Hamas's October 7th attack grows.